Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anexis. I'm a blind author, content creator, and freelancer. My pronouns are they, them. And I am here with my predictions for A Fire in the Flesh by JenniferL.Armentrout, which is the third book in the Flesh and Fire series. Originally, this was supposed to be the finale. I don't remember if I mentioned in this video. I'm actually recording this intro before I'm listening to the video, but originally this was supposed to be the finale for the Flesh and Fire series. However, there will be a fourth book coming out. I believe the date is May 21st or something, or May 20. I think it's May 21st or something along those lines. But it's supposed to be sometime in May of 2024. No synopsis yet, but don't worry. When that synopsis comes out, even if the predictions come late, they will be reviewed here. Or I will talk about it and give my predictions here. In the meantime, some housekeeping before we begin. If you enjoy my content, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you're aware when I release content. Also, if you would like more content from me, particularly written content, go to my website. It's in the description where you can find my blog. I am currently only releasing chapters of The Rightful Bride every and the month. Throughout the month, I'm releasing two chapters per month for the end of the year round. But more content will be coming next year, and more content will be continue. Also, if you would like to support my work, consider checking out my debut book, Daughter of Death, which will be available in a bunch of different retailers, and is available in ebook and audiobook format. You can also buy directly from me on Ko-fi, which will be in the description as well. So feel free to support me on Ko-fi, where you can make a donation, check out my bookshop, or hire me for services, which will be listed there. Also, you can find links directly to those things on my website as well. If you are not familiar with the Flesh and Fire series, feel free to watch my other content that I have available on the It is a prequel series to Blood and Ash. I will link both playlists in the description because they kind of run together. So I will link those there. So if you want to watch those things, they will be available there. And so yeah, they kind of run into each other. So if you're not familiar, because I'm talking about the third book and my predictions, check out those playlists and then return to this video. In the meantime, though, I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you on the other side. Okay, you guys, we have a full description of A Fire in the Flesh. I'm so excited. Yay. So here we are. I'm so excited to read this. Let's read it. We have had a 1 week break from Blind Anticipates video, and we're back because this one is coming out soon, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So here we are. So here's the new description, and we are going to talk about my predictions. I made a previous one, so I will link the first video I made regarding A Fire in the Flesh, and then hopefully I can kind of give you an idea of what to expect. Of my predictions now. Let's see if they've shifted a little. I think they might change a little because I have a fuller picture, but I don't think they'll change that much. Just a little. Anyway, here we go. From number 1 New York Times best-selling author JenniferL.Armentrout comes book 3 in in her Flesh and Fire series. I'm excited. The only thing that can save the realms now is the one thing more powerful than fates. And by the way, I'm pretty sure that I know for a fact that's referring to love, because if we recall, by the way, spoilers. For any new viewers, there is spoilers because this is important. Anyway, if we recall, one of the things that they said is that love can potentially in the book can potentially like change fate, basically. And one of the things also mentioned is that one of the problems, however, is that uh, Sarah is currently the primal of life, and in order for her to ascend, she needs to, the only way that she would be able to survive is with love. But the problem is that Nyktos cannot love unless they're like biologically related to them. He definitely cares. So like my theory is that he can love. It's just because he does care and he shows a lot of kindness, and it's so obvious to me that he loves people. And like Jade, like he loves Jadis. He spoils her to no end, and it's obvious to me that he really really loves her. To me, my theory is that while he destroyed his oh shit, I forgot about this, sorry. I turned on speech because in case I needed to do something for a little bit. Anyway, the thing that I think is that my theory is that he can love, because while he destroyed that piece of himself that can love other people that aren't biologically related to him, I think my theory is that I somehow can come back, and I feel like he can love because it's so obvious, I think, in the way that he acts around Sarah, in the way that he acts around Jadis and Reaver and other people around him. It feels to me like he absolutely loves them, and maybe he's not even realizing them. Now, the reason he destroyed his, the reason he destroyed it, I think it's called the Cardia. I forgot the exact name of it, but after he the reason he destroyed it specifically, not after, what was I saying, can't talk. The reason he destroyed it specifically was because love is a weakness to primals. So Sarah's plan was originally to seduce Nyktos and make him fall in love with her, and then become his weakness and end his life. Because the moment that a primal falls in love is the moment that they kind of become really, they become weak to it. That will be their weakness. So he destroyed it in order to prevent that, and we find that out in book 2, in like at the end of like chapter 1. And he tells us why he destroyed it in chapter 2 or so, but we find this out. And also the thing is that one of the things that I like about this specifically is hopefully it comes back to, like, it grows back or something, and that I really hope it does. So that is why he destroyed it. And Sarah was unaware of that when she entered this, when she went into trying to follow this plan, because her plan was to save her realm by doing this, as she was told. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. My theory is that it will eventually be a thing. Like, it'll eventually be like that he does eventually love her, because one of the things that we find out too is he does wish he can love, because it's obvious he really cares, right? And one of the things he tells Sarah is, "I wish I can love," and I think it's kind of cute. And for me, it reinforces that he absolutely loves her, and I want him to get that. He deserves it. He's so sweet. Anyway, after a startling betrayal ends with both Sarah and the dangerously seductive ruler of the Shadowlands she has fallen madly in love with being held captive by the false king of the gods, there is only one thing that can free Nyktos and prevent the forces of the Shadowlands from invading Delos and igniting a war of primals. Okay, so things I want to talk about here. Sarah was the only one that got captured at the end of the book. So are we supposed to, did he get captured too? And also, because they said that the way that it was going to happen, originally Sarah was charmed. There was a charm put on her that she could not be taken from the premises unless she willingly went. And because they couldn't take her, and they at the end of the day they attacked the Shadowlands in the second book, and the guy's like, if you come willingly with us, there will be no more attacks. And so she went to save other people from dying. And she went, and then she was captured, and then she was kept prisoner by what is his name? Oh, Colas, by Colas. And Colas was about to basically drain her blood, and then he realized that she's actually his long lost I'm not gonna say long lost love, but kind of, but basically it's the woman he fell in love with, who the first time he met her, he freaked her out so much she jumped off a cliff. Why can't I remember her name? Like, it's like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't seem to remember her name. But she jumped off I think it's called the Cliffs of Sorrow, and she just jumped off the cliff. And because he asked his brother to bring her back, and he said no because he had some rules. And eventually he took power from his brother somehow, and he ended up bringing her back. And she was not happy by the end because she had already peacefully passed, to the dead, and she was great, but she was not happy when Colas brought her back. So she ended up, when she died again, the now primal of death ended up doing something with another primal where in order for him not to find her, they made her soul reincarnate every time she died. Like, her soul kept reincarnating, and now she is Sarah. She is now Sarah. She's the one who Sarah is basically this woman. However, we also find out in that second book that there's a possibility that it's not the same person. She has two different souls, because there is a scene in the second book where Sarah felt unimaginable rage. Like, it was a serious amount of rage, and Niktos literally was just like, hey, I felt that rage, but it didn't feel like yours. And she says, yeah, I think it's this person. He's like, you might be right. It might just be, you might actually have two souls in you. So it appears that she has two souls in her, and that Sarah's merely like a vessel to kind of hold her and stuff like that. It's a really interesting thing there. And I hate that I can't remember this woman's name. So it says here, there's one thing that can free Niktos and prevent the forces of the shadow. Okay, so this one is probably talking about Sarah being ascended so that Niktos can take the light, the last ember of life, and become the primal of life. The problem is that because Sarah has used the ember of the primal, of the last ember of primals, she is now becoming a part of her. So if he drains her blood and takes it, she has to die. And the other thing is also that it probably wouldn't have been so bad if he kind of but he also gave her his blood. So now they're kind of, so they really have become part of her now. Something along those lines. Okay. Convincing Colas won't be easy though. Not even with a lifetime of training. Ah, yes. Sarah was trained to seduce and kill, and she could potentially be Colas's weakness, but also Colas is, from what we saw, he's a bit crazy, so who knows, it seems like it won't work. Okay. While his most favored revenant is insistent that she is nothing more than a lie, Colas's erratic nature and twisted sense of honor leave her shaken to the core, and nothing could have prepared her for the cruelty of his court or the shocking truths revealed. Okay, my predictions. I think I talked about this in the last video, but I can't remember because I did not watch myself before talking about this. One of the things I believe I mentioned, and one of the things I've thought about is Sarah's mom. Now, we learn in the last book that Colas killed Sarah's dad. And throughout the book, the first book, we also learned that Sarah doesn't really have a great relationship with her mom. It's kind of a it's very, it's not great. It's not great. She doesn't, she just trained Sarah to basically do what she's supposed to do, and that's it. The mom doesn't seem to care about her in anything in that form. And by the end, Sarah doesn't feel much really, and stuff like that. I wonder, are she and Colas working together? Does she know about Colas, and does she know all of this? Are they working together? Is that going to be part of the revelation? Are they working together? Because she knows this other revenant did make a visit to the queen. I don't remember his name, but he made a visit, and they seem to get along quite well. As for other revelations, I think, maybe there'll be revelations about Nyctos' dad, whose soul is supposed to be captured by Colas. I feel like those would be the case. Some revelations there, but I have a feeling there are others that I'm just not. Yeah. The revelations not only upend what she has understood about her duty and the very creation of the realms, but also draw into question exactly what the true threat is. What the true threat, isn't it Colas basically taking everything and stuff like that? What else is there? Oh my gosh, I'm excited. That is exciting. Although I'm wondering if because I remember they said that the first person created was an experiment between Nektas and Nyctos' dad. So I think that's kind of how it works. So what did she understand about her duty? She understood was to kill. At first it was Nyctos, then she realized she had to seduce and do this to Colas in order to kind of save the realms. So, and then she learned, of course, that the deal that she has with Nyctos it's not going to really save, like, they kept the end of the deal, but the rot is something that is spreading, and it wouldn't really save the realms. So she got that. What else is there that maybe maybe there's stuff that she just missed, or stuff predicted by the fates? Ooh. However, surviving Colas is only one part of the battle. I will say, I do think she's going to be in Colas's court maybe through like halfway through the story before Nyctos rescues her, or before she finds a way out. It feels like it's going to take a similar format to the War of Two Queens, where Poppy rescued Castile and stuff like that, but it was like it took like halfway of the story, or at least 30 to 40% of the story. So it feels like it's gonna go there, maybe. The ascension is upon her, and Sarah is out of time. Yes, because she needs Nyctos' love to survive. Oh, Sarah, I'm sure he will. You guys ended up together. We got the fact, we know you ended up together thanks to Blood and Ash. We know that. But Nyctos will do anything to keep Sarah alive and give her the life she deserves. Oh, baby, I know you'll fall in love with her. I know you will. My theory, I told you my theory. Even if it doesn't come out this exact way, I have a feeling it'll be incorporated somehow. Like, there is something missing about what he said. He destroyed it. There is something more to it, and it's gonna be an awesome twist. I know it. He'll even risk the utter destruction of the realms, and that's exactly what will happen if he doesn't ascend as the primal of life. Again, a thing was talked about in the beginning, where he does have to ascend her, but also he has to take her blood and take the embers. But they're attached to her, so she'll be dead. And one of the things that's actually reminding me of, when he realizes there is no solution to the there's no solution to this. One of the things that she said to him, because he was about to kill this god of prophecy, and he's like, no, and she's like, no, stop, right? One of the things she said to him after everything, and after they found out there's no solution, he's still looking or whatever, she's like, hey, promise me one thing. And he's like, what, right? And she's like, promise me that when you when you take what you need to take, right, like when you ascend me, or like, or and stuff like that, it'll be done by my lake. And he had to promise that, and it was so sad. Okay. Yet despite his desperate determination, their destinies may be out of their hands. I mean, there's still an option. I can't wait. But there is that foreseen, unexpected thread, the unpredictable, unknown, and unwritten. There is, and love can make it work. The only thing more powerful than the fates, aka love. I think it's a really great description, and I think it's good enough that it gives us stuff to predict, but also vague enough that we don't know everything. I really think it's kind of going to be I think that Sarah might be afraid at first, I think in the beginning of the story, because who wouldn't be? If she wasn't, it wouldn't work out the same way. Like, she has to kind of acclimate now to her new circumstances, maybe be just a teeny tiny bit freaked out. And then of course there will be the time when she kind of learns how to survive. And I think that she will have to and I think that the woman what is it? Oh, okay. And I think that the woman that he fell in love with, whose name I hate that I can't seem to remember, because I used to know it oh so well. And the way that the woman he fell in love with, the one that Sarah reincarnated into, or is now part of her, will probably, I feel like she'll get the vengeance she deserves, and somehow she'll be a part of this. I just don't know how, but I feel like she will. And that's my prediction, and I feel like there'll be some vengeance before she is rescued or escapes. And we also know that Sarah is bonded, it seems, to a bunch of female Draken. So maybe she'll start befriending. We learned it from Blood and Ash, by the way. So maybe she'll end up befriending some of the Draken in that court, and maybe she'll be, the female Draken will eventually bond to her. Maybe they'll be able to break the bond with what's his name? With Colas. So I feel like that's a thing that's gonna start stuff, because obviously she's gonna be the primal of life soon, which means that it'll be very different for how she kind of, for everything. Like, it'll be very different when she is a part of the when she becomes primal of life. And I think that's going to be the start of everything, and I can't wait to see it. Let me know your thoughts. This book is coming out October 31st, 2023, and I can't wait to read it. That's going to be my November right there, along with anything else I have to read for class. It's going to be my November. It'll be Flesh and Fire, and it'll be Blood and Ash, because I have not read, as of recording, I haven't read A Soul of Ash and Blood yet. So, I am super, super excited. So I can't wait to read it, and I can't wait to review it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hello everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. By the time this video will be out, the book has already been released. One thing to mention here is that the book is currently only narrated by, according to Audible, Stina Nielsen. And my thought process had been originally that this book will be told in both Sarah and Niktos' point of views, but I am not sure. It's still possible. It's just that in Blood and Ash, when they did the War of Two Queens, where the love interests were separated, they used they had a male narrator narrate Castiel's point of views, and Stina Nielsen as narrated Poppy's point of view. I'm not sure. I don't know if it'll just be in Sarah's point of view then, or if they'll do both point of views, but Stina Nielsen will simply narrate both. It's a possibility. I just assumed that if there were going to be two different point of views, that there will be a male and female narrator, but I'm not sure. I guess I'll find out. As of recording this outro, I haven't read the book because I am editing this a week and a couple days before the book is actually released. So I can't be sure. I suppose I'll find out. This is great. I'm having a great time. So the next video will be another predictions video. I thought it was going to be, I somehow misread this, and I thought it was going to be coming out the next sometime this week, but it is coming out Monday next week. So I hope that you enjoyed this one though. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, consider subscribing, and also, if you would like to see more content, check out my website where you can subscribe to my blog. And if you would like to support me, check out my debut, links in the description. And also, you can support me on Ko-fi, where you can make a one-time donation, find my bookshop, or hire me for services. With that, I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, consume stories. Bye!